Namibia is one of those countries which will exceed all your expectations of an African country. A country 4 times the size of the UK with a population of only 2 million and architecture similar to that which can be found in any European country. We flew into the Hosea Kotako International Airport in Windhoek, the capital city. We arrived in Windhoek on a Saturday afternoon and was greeted with a beautiful city, but at the same time what I can only describe as a ghost town. We stayed in downtown Windhoek at the Hilton, which I believe is one of the best hotels the city has to offer. Downtown Windhoek also offers all the major shops and attractions at your doorstep, and is also a good place to interact and mix with the locals alike. After checking out the Hilton the following morning, we had to get ourselves some whales to begin our Namibian adventure. For me, Namibia 2Go offered the best in value, safety and overall reliability when it came to picking a vehicle. So our car came with a sat-nav, booster chair for baby and tons of safety equipment to begin our adventure in Namibia. For our first stop on our itinerary, we visited Voigtland Guest House. So Voigtland Guest House is about 20 minutes from downtown Windhoek. It's a really cool place, right? So it combines an atmosphere of old world charm with a unique modern style and holds Namibia's cutest giraffes. Alright, so imagine sipping on tea and eating crumpets with giraffes casually rolling in your background. Well, that's the kind of vibe the Voigtland Guest House offers. So aside from this, you also have the opportunity to go on some of your dedicated game drives with the chance of seeing a cheetah or maybe more. So Voigtland Guest House is about 20 minutes drive from Windhoek, the capital city of Namibia. If you're traveling from the airport, it's literally about 10 minutes drive, so it's even easier or quicker to get to Voigtland Guest House from the airport than it is from the capital, which is Windhoek. It's a German-owned ranch. They offer game drives, they offer high tea with giraffes, they offer obviously guest house. There's also food, there's dinner, breakfast, etc. So really and truly, we wanted to fit this into our itinerary because we've seen a lot of reviews about this place and it really looks amazing from the pictures and the videos that we've seen so far. As our first stop on our Namibian adventure, there was a lot of expectation on this place, so there's a lot riding on this place to deliver for us. But obviously we're gonna film it and show you guys all about Voigtland Guest House. Most people visiting Voigtland come for only a few hours to enjoy the afternoon tea with the giraffes and leave pretty much on the same day. But after what was almost 24 hours of traveling from the UK to Namibia, we were still very much jet lagged and used this as an opportunity to stay for the night. So the room here were absolutely clean and modern with a hint of old charm, which goes with the overall aesthetics of this place. So we left Voigtland Guest House swiftly the following morning with a 4 hours drive ahead of us to what I can only describe as the most incredible place we've ever been to on this planet. If you've ever googled Namibia, there's a 99% chance you would have seen pictures of trees and a dried pan surrounded by an incredible formation of desert dunes. This place is called Deadvlei, located in Sossusvlei, which is south of Windhoek, about 4 hours drive, and this is where we were heading next. The drive to Sossusvlei is incredibly scenic with stop points dotted along the way. You may find yourself stopping at every opportunity to take in those otherworldly views. So about 3/4 of the journey, you arrive at a place called Solitaire. Solitaire offers a rest stop to refuel both your car and your body. The cafe here also sells the famous apple pie, dubbed as the best in the whole of Namibia. So 8 incredible hours later, we arrived at our lodge for the next 2 days in Sossusvlei. Nestled in between beautiful rock formations with views as far as the eye can see, Desert Hill Lodge represents to us the best mid-range lodge in the whole of the Sossusvlei area. The Namib Desert is one of the oldest deserts in the world, with some estimating it at over 55 million years old. Spread across parts of Namibia, South Africa and Angola, the Namib Desert inhabits a catalogue of unique plants and desert-adapted animals, and it is one of the most visited areas in the country for both tourists and locals. Desert Hill Lodge offers 18 luxury-style chalets with a balcony that overlooks the splendor of the desert. Here, you also find a refreshing crystal pool, free Wi-Fi, and great dining options in their restaurant. Approximately after sunrise the following morning, we headed off to the national park where Deadvlei is located. The drive to Deadvlei consists of 30 minutes on gravel road followed by 50 minutes on tarred road and a short 5 minutes on sand where your 4x4 car will come to good use. After parking at the foot of the dunes, there is a small but not to be underestimated 2 kilometers hike uphill through desert sand before you get to Deadvlei. Dubbed as the most picturesque place in the world, Deadvlei receives photographers and new generation Instagrammers from all over the world on a daily basis. Previously a body of water, but due to the ever-changing and movement of the dunes, the water eventually dried up and what is left is a white pan with trees standing petrified for over 900 years. In other words, the trees do not decompose due to the high temperatures all year round. So we left Sossusvlei the following morning en route to Walvis Bay. Approximately 100 kilometers into the journey, we drove through the Tropic of Capricorn. Geographically, this is known as where the sun can be seen directly overhead. Walvis Bay is the second largest city and the largest coastal city in Namibia. It is also home to Sandwich Harbour, the only place on earth where you can see the desert and the ocean meet. So up here we have the dunes. Atlantic Ocean, and we are right in the middle. Dubbed as where the rich hide in Namibia, Walvis Bay has a lot to offer to tourists. For our time here, we booked a 5-hour tour of the city and to Sandwich Harbour.
So this is the coastline. You have the Kunene River separates Namibia and Angola, and you have this national park.
Skeleton Cove.
Called the Skeleton Cove, because of most of the shipwrecks in this area. Then from the Oga River you get the Dorop National Park where we are now, where we just came from. The silica, and the grey that is hermetite, and some black.
Besides seeing the largest population of greater flamingos, learning about the skeleton coast and exploring the desert, the tour also came with a small but well-received lunch which included fish and meat options and with champagne to top it off. No trip to Namibia is complete without going on a game drive. Etosha National Park is situated 5 hours north of Windhoek and is the perfect place to see some of Namibia's treasured wildlife. For our accommodation, we stayed at the King Nahali Lodge. The lodge effortlessly portrays the shape of a cattle head, with chalets stunningly furrowed to the north and the south of the reception area. The chalets are spacious and stylishly adorned with a touch of Namibian culture, and each comes with its own plunge pool. Promptly about 5 AM the following day, we left for a bitterly cold early morning game drive. Etosha National Park spans an area of 22,000 kilometers. It takes roughly 4 hours to drive from the north to the south of the park exit. Etosha National Park also homes hundreds of species of mammals, birds and reptiles, including 4 of the big 5. So if I must be honest, that morning game drive was a bit of a disappointment. We saw a repeat of the same animals: wildebeest, giraffe, antelopes and zebras. We did at one point spot some wildcats, but they were too far for both the eye and the camera to capture. And on exit of the park, we ran across a lone elephant swamped by eager tourists. Yeah. Now stretch and do all those, yeah. Going to spot some animals. Dudes, us.
The lion is their only enemy.